As we all know, the election is just a couple weeks away, and after watching all the advertising by the candidates and those for and against the issues, we may have some questions rather than answers at this point. So what is a voter to do? Well, we decided it would be a good idea to have attorney Warner Mendenhall here as a guest to answer some of those questions. Welcome to our program.
Hey, thank you.
Once again. Warner, what is the hot button issue as far as you're concerned? You always fight City Hall, you fight for the little guy. What should we be aware of?
Well, I think I'm becoming more and more concerned about the voting machines that we're using for our elections. There's a lot of issues with those. We've had some testimony here in Cuyahoga County about vote flipping, where you vote for one candidate and it registers for another.
Right.
We've learned from Princeton University that these machines are hackable. These machines are also expensive. This is a computer that we're buying as taxpayers. It's only used 6 times a year. That is just ridiculous, and I think there's something else that can be done. And I think also that there's growing controversy among the public about whether or not their votes are really being counted properly.
Now wait a minute, your critics are going to say you're not progressive enough. I mean, it's the new millennium here. We got to go with the electronic balloting. You're saying to go back to the paper ballots.
On this issue, I'm as conservative as they come. We need to have paper ballots because they are verifiable. We can see our vote. We can see that that's how we voted, and everybody can observe those being counted. When these votes go into an electronic device, we can't see them being counted, and that's a problem.
Right.
I'd like to point out, Ohio law provides for observers of counting. How are we going to observe electronic impulses?
Right.
We can't observe paper. So yes, I am taking a very conservative view on this.
You're old-fashioned. That's what it comes down to.
That's right.
The verification is what you're worried about.
Yes.
About actually tabulating and counting the ballots.
Yeah, and I'll give you another example of what's happening right now in Cuyahoga County. We used to have where when people voted, it was a list. There was a list, a tally on the door at each and every precinct. That is going away, and again, that's a provision under Ohio law. We are supposed to know at the precinct level what the vote was. Those votes now are being centrally tabulated, so we are not getting that check on possible fraud or problems with the election.
Right.
We need to have our votes counted person by person and precinct by precinct.
You're saying go back to the future and go paper.
Let's go paper, yes.
Okay, well, if you have any questions for Warner Mendenhall, we have the solution. You can contact Warner at his office, 330-535-9160, or check out warnermendenhall.com. And we also have a link on newsnet5.com for all the information you would need on all legal matters, but especially the election. Warner, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to get over to Suzanne now.